mind. To what extent do you consider the importance of expressing your gratitude towards your family by following their traditions and expanding upon them? Do you find it important at all in some shape or form? How am I able to remain true in the meantime? The person who I am inducting today incidentally happens to be the master of both of these aspects, which makes us fundamentally human. Whether you've heard her expressing a song from a distant screen, the radio, from one of the several jazz music festivals around somewhere in the world, or simply in your dreams. Yes, your dreams. Which should come to no surprise if you've ever listened to her with her intensely personal and deeply fantastical musical sequences. Now, if I'm allowed to get personally speaking here, me and the person who I have the pleasure of presenting today share a lot in common. We both have parents who are heavily involved with music and the creation of it. For her, it's her father and mother who is a soloist for the Georgian Philharmonic and later the Azerbaijani Philharmonic, who performed for the Sebi musical ensemble. For me, my mother was a person whose heart was filled to the brim with music, although she unfortunately didn't get to pursue it professionally. We both have an affiliation for the arts, singing, dancing, playing being something that was introduced to us from a very young age. Ever since going through the painstaking process of 7 years of musical school, I can very assuredly say that I have a deep appreciation for pianists of all kinds. And so with confidence I can say that this person who I'm presenting today is something that the music industry can and should reckon with. She continues the legacy of her locally infamous musical genius of a father, Mustafazadeh, a feeling familiar at least to me. Though she is an accomplished composer in her own right that takes in a very individual and soulful approach to music, which in my mind, all of these sources of inspiration led her to give the world Aziza in 1991, which is her debut album at just 18 years old, which captivated listeners with the fusion of jazz, mugham, and classical influences, showcasing her unparalleled talent and unique musical vision for that age. She followed with the release of Dance of Fire in 1995, which featured Bill Evans, one of the kings of jazz, if you may know, and pulsating rhythms and fiery improvisations showing her tweaks to an already impressive blend of Azerbaijani traditional music and contemporary jazz. Something that sparks inspiration, if you will. Then we have Always, Aziza, and not too much later, Shamans in 2001. Inspiration in 2011, both which marked a departure from her previous works. Unlike her earlier albums, which previously focused more on elaborating on her virtuosic piano skills, these ones delve deeper into diverse instrumentation and innovative production techniques. By delving deeper into experimental realms while maintaining the blend the world had grown to love so much. She was a headliner for multiple jazz festivals, such as the Montreux Festival, Jazz in Marseille, and numerous of her concert tours that you may have seen as introduced in one of your cities. Now, I'm sure I've made my point by now, so I won't go on with the boring name listings. We definitely don't have to be at a jazz festival right now, by the way. I'd like to go back to Vakif for a second. You see, she happens to be someone of the opinion that her father didn't get enough appreciation as he had been within his lifetime, so I think part of her soul decided to dedicate her heart to showing that appreciation through her music herself. I'd like to take a second to show an excerpt from one of her songs, Man Vakif'in Kızıyan. She's 18 years old somewhere around here, by the way.
Did
We see from the timeline, from Aziza to Shaman's, a looking glass into her life, that she maintained a style but also very clearly desired to impact the scene of jazz. There's always a lesson to learn from her, both in spirit and in career, as she's someone who could very easily become a source of energy and simultaneously show you the beauty of a unique musical journey, blending diverse influences with deep roots in Azerbaijani heritage into a cohesive and captivating musical tapestry. A master's work, she's someone that truly gives us a cause to be happy to live at this exact moment in history and time to witness her work. Formerly known as the Princess of Jazz, or you can just call her Aziza, I'd like to invite Aziza Mustafazadeh to the stage.